Hey sinners, you're listening to Sinful Cuts, the podcast that takes a look at the wild, weird, and wonderful world of horror. We take a deep dive into some of your favorite movies, possibly uncover some hidden gems. Sometimes we even get some stinkers. Thank you so much for joining us. We truly love having you here. Please sit back, take a listen, and let's get our scare on.
Thrill me.
Hey everybody, welcome to Shortcuts. This is our mini episode where we go over all of the horror happenings going on for that week. This week I am actually by my lonesome. Shannon's down for the count. Unfortunately, she's got a bit of a December cold going on, so I am going to pick up the slack and forge ahead and give you all the goodies. So every week we start with horror birthdays, which is Shannon's, that is her bag, so I guess I should do it in Shannon's voice. So here we go. Me, here we go. And scene. This is what Shannon sounds like. All right, everybody, we're gonna talk about some movies this week, isn't it? No, that's not it. That is not it. Okay, hold on. Let me try this again. Me. Hello, my name is Shannon, and I like to talk about movie. Yep, that's it. Nailed it. That is the one. Okay. So, hopefully, when Shannon hears this, she's laughing and not getting her baseball bat. 50-50. That's where my gut's leaning. All right, so we've got look, there were a couple of birthdays this week, but we're really only going to talk about one, and that one is John Carpenter's Christine. So Christine came out this week. Holy smokes, because Shannon's so much better at this than I am. I do believe that Christine came out, I'm going to say 82, and that would be correct. 1983, wouldn't you know it? So, okay. Where does this movie fall in the pantheon of John Carpenter movies? I'm not going to lie. For me, it's pretty high. I can't speak for Shannon, but I know she does love the film. Look, let's be honest, sinners. As far as John Carpenter movies go, Christine initially got the boots put to it. I saw it in the theater, Big H movie theater in Huntington, New York, back in 83 when it came out. And I absolutely loved it then, and I love it even more now. The good thing about Christine is I think over the years it has kind of risen, up the ranks as far as John Carpenter masterpieces go. It's a great movie. Stephen King novel. Carpenter took it because he felt like he needed to grab onto a studio movie and direct a studio movie just to get some juice back, because he had the Thing happen in 82, and you guys know that story. The Thing is all-time classic now and so well respected, but in 82 when it came out on the heels of E.T., it absolutely tanked. And John Carpenter really felt like his directing career might be in a little bit of trouble, so he grabbed on to the studio film. And all right, so maybe it was a bit of a journeyman film for him. Maybe he didn't absolutely love the material, or he certainly didn't write it himself. We know that, but I think he did an incredible job with it. I think that this film is a great representation of the novel. Of course, it doesn't have all the elements and it doesn't go as deep, but I think he does a really fantastic job. The cinematography is just gorgeous. That scene where Buddy Repperton gets run over with the flame when Christine's on fire, and it's just slowly chasing him down, that country road, and then hits the gas, and then you just see the flaming body rolling in the street. That's incredible. I mean, just hands down. I don't really care how you feel about the film in as a complete piece of work, but that scene where Christine takes out all the bullies in one fell swoop, so to speak, it's just incredible. And as far as a horror movie goes, I mean, isn't that what isn't that what we're lining up for? So I really do love I love that film. The good news is Brian Fuller is remaking it, so we're going to get his interpretation. We're in great hands. I mean, just look at what Brian Fuller did with Hannibal just a couple of years back. So look, I'm incredibly excited for this. Christine, happy birthday. Kisses all over your metallic hood. Love you. All right, so now let's go on to let's go to books. How about that? Start with Transcendental Mutilation by Ryan Harding. A trio of young people stranded on an uncharted island discover its sickening secret. A man contracts a degenerative disease through a webcam encounter. An office worker follows the object of his affection into a mysterious club where life, death, and anatomy have no limits. Wow. All right. So this sounds like a banger of a short story collection. So that's Transcendental Mutilation by Ryan Harding, and that came out on December 5th, so that's already in your local bookstore. So check it out, people. Then we've got Where the Devil Wait by Ali Wilkes. Again, dropped on December 5th. An eerie, atmospheric polar gothic following a Victorian explorer in search of his lost shipmate and his own redemption, from the author of the vivid, immersive horror novel All the White Spaces, which got incredible praise when it came out. I believe it was 2 years ago, probably about 2 years ago now. So Ali Wilkes, ooh boy, crackerjack. So get on that, sinners. Then we have Never Dead by Joe Scipione, and that came out December 8th. After a series of grave robbers, and take two. After a series of grave robberies in the 1920s goes unsolved until reporter Michael Jacobs follows a new thread. He gets too close to the truth and becomes part of the story he was looking to write. At the same time, wealthy businessman Edmund Crichton organizes a group of equally wealthy families and individuals in the Chicago area to finance illegal experiments in the basement of his mansion. You had me at basement of his mansion, and you also had me at 1920s. I love everything about this. All right, so that is Never Dead by Joe Scipione, and that came out December 8th. So please, sinners, go to your local bookstore and support those local bookstores. And 'tis the season to give presents. Happy holidays, everyone. I don't care what your affiliation is to whatever holiday you're celebrating. You don't even need a holiday. It could be Tuesday and you love someone, and buy him a book. How about that? We'll just call it Buy Him a Book Tuesday. All right, trademark. I'm putting that forward into the atmosphere. Okay. Man, when Shannon's not here, things get weird. All right, so now let's go on to, look, movies. It's one and done. It's called Godzilla Minus One. I saw it this week, and I don't often or ever cry during my Godzilla movies, but I sure as hell cried during Godzilla Minus One. Everything you're reading about it, everything you're seeing about it is on the money. It's true. It's true. I know we live in a very cynical age, sinners, and you never know who you can trust. You can trust your pal Sean. This movie, everything about it. Okay, how would I accurately summarize Godzilla Minus One? And no spoilers, but let's just say it has elements of a Barry Levinson period dramedy. It's got, certainly has elements, and when you see it, you will know what I'm talking about. It certainly has elements of some of Spielberg's best. It has all of your kaiju action that you absolutely love, because shit gets wrecked, and shit gets wrecked real bad. There's such there's so many emotional there are so many emotional scenes that really resonate, and they land. Full disclosure, can the movie lean into schmaltz a little bit? And sappiness, absolutely, absolutely. Look, I'll come clean. A couple of scenes that are a little sappy, for my taste, but as a whole, this movie is it's next to none. I mean, this really is the best Godzilla movie that's ever been made, outside of Gojira, the original. You know, just a little sidebar, because this movie is getting such great reviews, and this week the Godzilla X Kong trailer dropped, and immediately the fanboys were, dude, look at this bullshit, compared to Godzilla -1. Well, you know what? Fuck off. You know, I was watching Godzilla in 1985 at the same time as I was turning on Saturday morning cartoons and watching Godzilla and Godzuki. Two things can exist at the same time. Multiple things can exist at the same time. So before you feel compelled to shit on something that hasn't even come out yet, just go stuff yourself up your own ass, I suppose. Let's just give everything a chance, and we can enjoy things that are on different levels. It seems like this new Godzilla movie, the Godzilla Kong movie, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be stupid as hell, I'm sure, but it's going to be a good time, and there's going to be a lot of kaiju fights and shit getting broken, and you know what, there's space for that as well. So everybody just calm the hell down and let's enjoy them all. How about that? How about we just walk slowly into the movie theater and enjoy them all? And if you ever saw Robert Duvall in the movie Colors, that might make sense to you. If not, don't worry about it. All right, so that is movies, and then let's take a hard right into streaming. All right, so what do we have on streaming for the week? All right, Sinners, so this is we're taking a little bit of a deviation from the typical places where I find streaming for you, for the week. This one actually came from the New York Times. As I was researching, what to talk to you about as far as streaming goes, I saw this article, and I was interested in it because none of these movies, except one, were really on my radar. So let's check it out. Let's give the New York Times a shot. So, okay, here we go. We have, the first one is Wintertide. And this one is for rent or to buy on your major platforms. So the synopsis for this is Beth spends her days patrolling her small Canadian town where sunlight no longer exists and where zombie-like humans called strays wander the snow-covered streets. To fight malaise, townspeople are supposed to take happy pills, but Beth has stopped doing that, and apparently she's immune to whatever's causing her neighbors to turn rabid. As she increasingly has nightmares about a pustule-covered version of herself who turns people into strays, Beth starts to wonder if she may be the affliction's cause or cure. Let me tell you something. That interests the hell out of me. I'm going to check this movie out. They're comparing this to the works of David Cronenberg, or as I like to pronounce him, David Cronenborg. So, by all means, check that one out, because that really does sound great. Then next up, we have Candela, again, to rent or buy on Apple or Amazon. And this one is this charged morality tale from the director Andre Ferré-Citron takes place as a hurricane is about to strike the Dominican Republic. As thunderclouds approach, the mysterious death of Renato, a young poet, upends the lives of three strangers: Sarah, a disenchanted young woman who is set to marry into the political class; Perez, a veteran investigator who knows, as we do, that Sarah is no innocent; and Renato's boyfriend, Lubrini, who performs at a pocket-sized cabaret as a drag queen Candela, the Caribbean Pearl. Based on a Ray Andujar novel and adapted by Citron and Laura Cañedo, the film takes an unflinching look at what it means to survive in a dog-eat-dog world in which almost anything, sex, privacy, vengeance, is up for sale, and those who are too poor or not white enough to hustle may end up dead. Citron seamlessly shifts between the three characters' perspectives with piercing dark humor and deep tenderness, especially when it comes to Perez, who hopes working on the case will patch up his relationship with his estranged daughter, a friend of Lubrini's. The final minutes took a turn that I found hard to swallow, but for neo-noir fans, and for those who like horror on the thriller and queer side, the film will set you on edge. All right. I mean, shit. I feel like I just did the entire movie, but let's do an in-depth deep dive this week. Why don't we? This next movie, which is for rent or to buy on major platforms, is called Everybody Will Burn. Now, this is the one movie that I actually had on my radar. I saw the trailer. It really, really intrigued me, and I'm going to watch it this week. So in 1980, the residents of a small Spanish town decided to sacrifice a baby to prevent the arrival of the apocalypse. Checks out. 40 years later, payback hits like a slap in the face when a little mud-covered girl foils the plans of Maria Jose to jump off a bridge. Maria Jose suspects this little demon with the power to set people afire may have something to do with her own son who ended his own life after being bullied for having a crush on a boy. She's right, and the girl who calls Maria Jose her mother has a prophecy-fulfilling plan to right the wrongs Maria Jose had endured from local holy rollers for far too long. Boom! All right, I'm going to watch this one today. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm going to watch this one today because I love every single word in that. Okay, next one we have is Project Eerie. This is, again, to rent or buy on Amazon. Writer-director Ricky Umberger is a Maryland-based filmmaker who makes micro-budget found footage horror movies. A stickler for the genre's conventions, his films convincingly answer questions like, why is this being documented that other found footage directors ignore? Oh my god! Yes! 1,000 times yes! I lost my place. The audio isn't always crystal clear, but boy does it work. Sometimes what you can't hear is more sickening than what you can. His latest film checks all those boxes in terrifying ways. It's an anthology of three shorts from different decades, all shot in varying qualities of tape. The shorts are framed by a story set on Halloween 2020 about two teenage brothers who break into an old government facility and find a disc that seems to contain secret evidence of evil on Earth. The best film goes first. It's about a father-daughter camping trip that goes horribly wrong at the hands of a creepy-looking park ranger. And in a spine-chilling scene, living sand. What? Okay. All right. The Alien Invasion second film is an effective but too cartoony nod to the 1989 proto-found footage movie The McPherson Tape. The trilogy wraps with a bang in a ghoulish and raw haunted house tale that's also my first and hopefully not last found footage horror movie experience set among the Amish. Boy, oh boy. Okay, shit, alright. Looks like I'm watching a lot of movies today. And then lastly, we have Zombie Town. That's on Hulu. Horror comedy with Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase. Would once have been box office gold, but Peter... Oh, fuck, this last name. Peter. All right, Peter L. Peter L. Sorry, Peter. Oh, my gosh. I'm so sorry. But your last name is a mouth nightmare. His goofball zombie movie based on R.L. Stein's book didn't make a peep over Halloween. I can see why. It charms like its makeup design, but feels charmingly homemade. All right, so... I don't know, this doesn't really seem like it's praise for this movie, so, alright, it's there for you on Hulu. Weird. Anyway, thank you, New York Times. Those are the streamers for the week, and that is it for me, sinners. Shannon, get better, get well soon. You know, like I said, have Maddie go out and get you tons of soup and lots of candy, and watch a lot of horror movies, because 9 out of 10 doctors agree the only thing that will make you feel better and get you back on your feet is watching horror movies. I think we all know this. If you don't, you're dumb. All right, sinners, I'm out. Oh, shoot. I don't think I can end the podcast because, as you know, I can't do it until Shannon takes us out of here. So, all right. let me get the voice back. I had it. Here we go. All right. Okay, sinners. Oh, that's a wrap. I'm gonna get my ass beat. Boop, boop, boop.